It's Mac's Super Retriever Series this week from the goose hunting capital of the world, El Campo, Texas. That's Rue, handled by Bill Autry. The team in the lead in our semifinal round. The team on the bubble, these two right here, Nike, handled by the famous Jerry Day. We're looking for 5 finalists here in El Campo. We've also got our Ducks Unlimited Big Air competition on the way. We've had some fireworks already and a surprise leader so far, Mike McWilliams and his dog Coco. Our Big Air competition presented by Ducks Unlimited. The crowd is ready to see some dogs jump. The pool is ready, and hey, we are ready to go. We've had a great semifinal round, but now we're ready for the finals again. Coco, handled by Mike McWilliams. Some big jumping in the semifinal round.
And Tommy, you cannot forget about Brent Olson and Raider, a big dog with big power. And Little Morgan, world record holder at 26.6. Can he pop a big one?
So before we get to the next jump, we have to ask the obvious question, what is the best breed for Big Air? And we might as well start at the top. I think I know what this guy's going to say.
Oh, yeah, I think the Black Lab's the best breed for Big Air.
Morgan!
The Labs are so easily trained, and because they're definitely water dogs, and also because Morgan is Black Lab.
All right, what's your second choice if you had to pick the species or breed number 2?
Number 2 is a Yellow Lab.
Go!
You know, we asked Mike Jackson, what's the best breed of dog to jump Big Air? You know what he told us, Black Lab, right?
Yeah, probably.
Guess what his second choice was?
Yellow Lab?
You got it.
Well, hopefully the Yellow Lab's the best today.
You think the Yellow Lab can outjump the Black Lab if you had 2 dogs of equal ability?
If we put a little weight in Morgan's belly, yeah.
Morgan!
Mike Bracken here to tell us which breed is the best for Big Air. Which would it be, Mike?
GSP.
The GSP, meaning?
German Short-Haired Pointer.
Every German short-haired pointer I've seen jump has incredible spring. Is that just part of the breed? You get that when you get one?
I believe so.
Now, how do you cultivate that? How do you refine that into a good Big Air dog?
I haven't learned yet. I'm still trying.
Go, 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 go. We got one for you. And that's the championship.
A lot of talent here in El Campo, and we are ready for our final round. 6 dogs left in the competition. They're each going to get 2 jumps. Here's the big jump from our first round, 20 feet 2 inches. From this pair right here, Mike McWilliams and Coco, good-looking dog.
You know, Mike does everything just right. For a rookie, his throws are absolutely unbelievable. Coco's got the perfect build, a lot of speed, jackhammer back legs.
Come on, girl. Get it.
Here we go. Pretty good job. It looks like she left pretty close to the end of the dock.
Hey, if you can get within a foot or so, as Paul Cam shows us, they did that. If you can get within a foot or so, you're doing pretty well there, and you got a chance at a really good jump. All around, pretty solid effort from this pair, and a good distance, 19 feet to start things out.
You know, the wind is behind them right now, Tommy. Somebody should be able to pop a big one.
All right, Mike Bracken and Sabine, the German short-hair.
Just like you said, not a lot of speed, but a lot of power, a lot of height. Didn't give up much at the dock. Nice work.
This pair from Campo, Texas, good jump, solid effort as well. And there we go, 17 feet 10 inches, but be advised they can go a lot farther than that. First 2 jumps of the final round, and so far it's just like the semis. Mike McWilliams and Coco putting on the big show so far, but there's a lot more to come. Now it's time to concentrate on our retriever trial. Semi-final round continues. Again, Rue and Bill Autry in the lead. Nike and Jerry Day on the bubble. Our next 2 hopefuls. The dog is Sam. The handler is Richard McDonald. This pair from Hartsville, South Carolina. Justin, a look at the Sport Dog virtual court.
Here's how it shakes out. It's hot, it's humid. It's going to be a test of fitness as much as anything. Mark 1 comes out at 150 yards. It's coming in across the pond. The dogs will have to check up to hunt that mark. Mark 2 goes away at 175 yards. Big water across there. Mark 3, they've got to check up on the ditch. It's going to be very difficult to mark out of these finisher blinds. Mark 4 is in your face. The wind's blowing. It's going to be very difficult to handle. They're going to have to really keep it together to make this thing happen. The blind, big and long at 320 yards. You have to finish this blind to make it happen. They come out. Mark 1. You saw it there. Looks like Sam had a read on that one. The dogs are being asked to mark off the gun barrel. There's no attention getting sound in the field. Out to the right, I don't think he saw that one in his face right here.
Sam.
Pretty steady for Sam.
Sam.
We're looking for the fewest number of faults. A major infraction is 5 faults. A minor one is 2 faults.
Here. Here. Sit on that.
You know, the temperatures have dropped
Sam.
a little bit. The wind's picked up. It's going to make handling difficult.
A grueling qualifying process over the last 2 days. A lot of heat and humidity, and as you say, Justin, it has modified just a little bit, but it's still rough out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that we've got to give up heat and humidity to get big wind right in our face. It's very difficult for the handlers right here. He's hanging in there.
Come on. Sit. Come on.
Looks like he's going for the long right-hand bird here.
Sam.
I think. He's marked the area fairly well. Let's see if he can find that bird. There's the ditch I mentioned. He's hooked back right. There's a lot of suction, a lot of cover right there. The dogs want to kind of dig in that cover.
Again, our teams are trying to make the top 5 places so they can go on to the finals. The bubble number right now, 112 points, Jerry Day and Nike.
Sam's in the area. Seemed to have heard that one just fine. Richard McDonald's been playing this game a long time. You know, he is credited for most of Super Sue's early training. A lot of people don't know that.
18 years Richard McDonald has been in this game. Wow.
Here. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Here. Good.
He should be going to pick up
Sam.
that long 175 to the left. Nice line. There we go. Great job so far. A little suction to the right there. You know, you lose the dog there for about 10, 12 seconds. There we go. Very nice.
Terrific score, best score so far.
Just hold it together on this long blind. 320 yards. Now, the dogs want to go back to the water because all their success has been around the water. They've got to kind of stick their right hand in their pocket and drive them left. He's got a great line here.
Every time he blows that whistle, he's usually spending some of those faults. So you want to stay off the whistle as much as it is rationally necessary to do so.
Right angle here. Should be able to get it done. Got about another 75 yards to carry. Left angle. Uh-oh. Very difficult for the dog to see the handler at that distance, especially with a backdrop and a crowd. Oh!
Excellent job. That blind more than 3 football fields away. So Richard McDonald and Sam move into the lead with only 24 faults in the semifinal round. We continue now with our third semifinal flight. Here, Max Super Retriever Series from El Campo, Texas. Team up now. That is Downtown Brown. That's the dog handled by Brian Grantham.
8-year-old grand champion, master hunter, upland hunter, just about every major hunt test title you can grab. This 8-year-old Chocolate's done it. Tommy, we got 2 chocolates in the semis. They're making a comeback.
All right. We'll see how well they do. The bubble number right now, the number they have to hit, or better, actually, I should say, in order to make it to the finals, 102. Currently, Cade, Gentry, and Jesse in that spot.
Long bird coming out. See if he gets a look at it. Being a pure hunt test dog, some of these distances may be a little difficult for him.
Mark.
He hadn't picked up either one of them. I don't think he may have caught a flash of that last big right-hand bird. In-your-face bird right here. Something every hunt test dog is very, very used to.
Again, we're looking for the fewest number of faults in this particular test. We have 4 marked birds and 1 blind.
You know something's out there. You can see that little sideways romp back in there.
Pretty fancy.
That is. Here we go on the long right-hand bird. Looks like he's kind of being sucked a little left there. Good whistle. Get your big over here.
Most of the time you hear that whistle, it's going to be a 2 fault or a minor infraction, but sometimes you get the fibers, which you got hit with right there.
That's right. He did not make the area of the fall. You must make the area of the fall on your own without being handled, or a 5-point deduction is piled on you. The area of the fall is the important part when it comes to judging marks. Looks like he's hearing the whistles pretty well. Maybe that wind's laid down a little bit.
Need a little bit of wind to stay cool today. It is a hot day. It's been a hot week here in El Campo.
It's been rough and tough. I mean, just an absolute battle.
Ryan Grantham, the firefighter and pro trainer.
He's a Texas boy, homeboy.
Waller, Texas. All right, they're staying in this thing again. They got to get below 102. They want to stay in it for the finals.
Just hang in there. Good graphic about the area of the fall right here, what we discussed earlier. A dog is expected to make those areas, those highlighted areas that you see on its own without being handled. If he needs handling prior to getting into those areas, the judges hit him with a major deduction, a 5-fault penalty.
This is all at the judge's discretion, but they do all sort of agree on this distance, this circumference they have to make it into.
Yeah,
right?
They're going to have a preconceived notion on what they're looking for from the dog, and it really is huge. I mean, if you make 2 of those area of the falls without a cast, then you're going to be 10 points ahead of the guy who didn't, and so it can make a huge difference, and that's why marking is a huge part of the retriever game.
64 faults so far for Brown and Brian Grantham.
Got to hang in there. He did not see anything, so it's purely a handling test for him. When you don't have the attention-getting devices in the field, whether a call or a shot, it's really difficult out of these finisher blinds for a dog to look down that gun barrel at 170-plus yards and see that mark flying out of there. Got to get that big right over here. Come on, Brown, take it.
Just trying to finish this thing up, of course, with 128, now 133 faults. This team is not going to make the finals, but hey, hats off to them for finishing on a survival day here in El Campo.
I don't think he got a real good look at some of the marks, and he got out there, and I don't think he could hear the whistles real good, and just kind of ate his lunch.
Well, there's the tail. That area of the fall really played into it, Justin.
Tough situation for him. You got to make that area of the fall on your own to be competitive.
All right, Sam and Richard McDonald in the lead here in El Campo. Jesse and Kay Gentry on the bubble. We got more Ducks Unlimited Big Air on the way. The world record holder, Little Morgan, is about to take the stage. El Campo, Texas. It's the Max Super Retriever Series. We're in our 3rd flight in the semifinal round for these retriever handler teams, the best in the country. There's a great team right here, Stacy West and Rankin.
Rankin finished 4th in last year's Great Outdoor Games. Great marking dog, tremendously biddable. Sport Dog Virtual Course shows you it's big, it's wide open. It's going to be very difficult, but if she sees them all, she should do well.
Again, we're going from these layout blinds here. Another challenge at the line for these teams.
Long bird. Got a good look at that one. Right hand. Oh.
Bird did not come out. That's a no
Judges
bird.
called a no bird. Yep, the judges called a no bird. Golly, this is like this could be the 3rd or 4th no bird that Stacy's had in the semifinals at Super Retriever Series. He has a horrible magnet on him or something. I don't know what happens.
Well, they'll have to reload, go again. They'll go next in order. We'll come back to this. Hopefully Stacy and Rankin can shake that one off. We got plenty to show you, though, in the meantime. Our Super Retrievers Big Air competition sponsored by Ducks Unlimited, ready to go. We are in the final round of this competition here. We are down to 6 dogs. The best jump so far. Hey, that's Mike McWilliams and Coco, 19 feet and 5 inches. We're still trying to find out what is the best breed for big air jumping. Phil Weaver has his opinion.
Well, I'm a Chesapeake fan.
Why is that?
Well, because she's got springs for legs.
Is that true of all Chesapeakes, or is she an exceptional one?
Actually, I've seen a lot of Chesapeakes that get awful big air. They may not be the furthest jumpers, but consistency-wise, I think you'll find the Chesapeakes are more actually consistent as an overall breed than the Labs are.
She's not built like the typical female Chesapeake. They're usually smaller and wider.
Yeah, absolutely. She's 85 pounds, and she's got a big, broad chest, so she's got a lot of weight to get in the air.
She can hold her own with the guys.
Yeah, she can.
Stay there.
Well, if you're arguing in favor of the yellow lab, here's Exhibit A right here. Raider, what a great dog.
Man, 85, 90 pounds of pure power. If he can get a little speed, a little luck, he's got the wind behind him. I'm telling you, this boy can break the world record.
Good dog.
And he throws the ear of corn, which is so important, Tommy. As
Yes,
you
that's
know.
right, especially if you're Cornhuskers from Nebraska. A perfect throw right in front of the face of the dog, all the way out there to maximum jump length. Look at the paw cam, though, loses a yard.
Tells you two things. He left early, and Brent Olson has the skinniest legs in Big Air history.
That's not his fault, but could he have gotten the dog further out toward the end of that dock?
I think he could have. I don't know exactly how you do it, but somebody's going to do it sooner or later. They're going to figure it out, and bam, we're going to have some records.
And here's the argument for the Black Lab as being the best jumping dog among all the breeds. The world record holder, Little Morgan, handled by Mike Jackson.
You know, you can talk about quintessential size, speed, height, whatever. This dog can just absolutely jump. Oh, wow. I mean, jackhammer back legs. It's just an explosion when he jumps. It's unreal.
It's almost like the dog has a giant convulsion right there at the end of the dock that propels him that much further than the other dog's 23-1. You're kidding me.
Unbelievable. What a set of springs.
Well, there's your new leader without question. Mike Jackson and Little Morgan have run away and hidden from the field. Now we're back over at the retriever track. Of course, we had Stacy West and Rankin. They're having to sit it out for that no bird. So we're going to roll up right now on this team from Madison, Georgia. Scott Baldwin, and the dog's name is Jesse.
UConn's Jesse James, outstanding dog, grand champion, master hunter. Scott's a professional trainer. But, I mean, you can just tell the heat of the humidity. I mean, Jesse's tired before he gets going here. It's rough and tough out here, I'm telling you.
Heel.
Again, these teams have been through days of these conditions, so it's wearing on them.
It is. Long bird. I think you got a good look at it.
Heel.
I don't know if you saw the left-hand bird. He's too far right. I know we didn't see that one. In his face, you'll see this one for sure.
Jess.
Showed steady.
So no faults as of yet. We're looking for the fewest number of faults for these teams. 5 points for a major infraction, 2 for a regular one.
Looking at the long right-hand bird here. Nope. Nope. You know, when you see that many marks and then you have that real tight bird coming in there, it's kind of like an eraser, if you will. You see those marks and then all of a sudden, bang, it's just kind of all erased because of that short bird coming right in their face.
Well, that's just one of the things these teams are up against. We got great distances. We got no landmarks, so distances are hard to judge for the handler.
Very hard to find anything to use as kind of an aid to help you mark, to get your distance down. Big right over. The wind has absolutely died out here. Look at it. I mean, it's just dead calm.
Scott's been a trainer, handler for almost 20 years, the last 3 years full-time.
One of HRC's elite trainer. He gets a lot of dogs into the Grand, passes a lot of dogs through the Grand program. Outstanding job. Man, he's dying right now. It's really warm out here, and the wind has just died. It's you can really feel the humidity and the heat creeping back in.
This team's struggling to make it under 102 faults. That's the bubble line right now. That's what it's going to take at this point to qualify for the finals. Looking good, though, on faults with just 20.
Just got to hold it together. You know, I don't think I've seen Jesse this lackadaisical. I mean, I think he's a great big dog in these distances and this kind of heat. And you couple that with it being day 3 of the event, it's starting to really wear on the dogs here, especially the big ones.
We've got a weather system on the way. The humidity's about at maximum without raining, actually.
Still sucking back left. Everything's happening on the left side. Everything's kind of wrapped around that cover. And they're having a real difficult time keeping the dogs out of that vegetation and that cover. Man, he is really hot. I promise you, Scott is worried more probably about his physical condition right now than the test itself.
Well, things got worse and worse. The points got up there, so the best idea, bring the dog in and wait for another day.
We're out of gas. We just gave out of gas. Just when they turn you off like that, they just worn out and they can't go anymore. And he gave me all he had and gave out of gas.
What is a no bird? A no bird is very simply a mark that in the judge's eyes is unfair to the retriever and the handler. The mark can be too long. It can get hung up in the winger straps. It can be too short, too high. too flat. A myriad of different things can happen. Why is that important? As you train a retriever, there's a system, a program that you use every day. When they take the dog out of the holding blind, they have a ritual that they do. They take the lead off, they walk to the line, they set their dog up, they call a little bit, they shoot. When that program's broken, when that system goes down, you don't know what can happen. In the Super Retriever Series, we give the handlers the option. They can go back 3 dogs, or they can stay and run right there, right after they get set up. It's a tough choice to make. We'll see if they made the right ones.
Stacy West and Rankin chose to wait it out. We'll see how well they handle this. A couple of high-strung individuals, both dog and handler, right, Justin?
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, he's very intense, very competitive, and Rankin is the same way. Very, very rarely does it work out to be in the dog's favor when a no bird occurs. I mean, it's happened to Stacy a number of times, and never has it been a positive. So let's see what shakes loose. Looks like she saw everything as good or better than anyone else did. Short bird down.
Rankin!
Long right here.
Last team with the last shot of making it down under 102 points. That's what you got to do to make the finals, the 5-team finals.
She looks lost. And she's not hearing the whistle either.
This is not good.
Way short. Way short. Probably 65, 70 yards short of that right-hand bird.
Is that a handler error?
Could be. I don't know if he knows exactly where it is. They are racking them up here, buddy. Wow. Tough situation.
You hate to get a no bird in a semi. Sometimes it helps you, sometimes it hurts you. Today it hurt her. She was dancing at the line the second time around, which she wasn't the first time around. You know, the fact is in this flat land down here in Texas, it's hard to mark the bird. And my depth perception was just way off on that mark. Where is she? I mean, where's the bird? I had no idea where I was at, I'll be honest with you. We handled short, we handled deep. She just couldn't smell the bird. She's a young dog. You know, she just has turned 4. And we need the right series at the right time. You know, when she has clearly shown that not only can she do it, but she can smoke it when she does it. So it's just a matter of time.
It'll be next time for Stacy West and Rankin. Our final field of 5 is set, led by Sam. Handled by Richard McDonald. The man on the bubble was Cade Gentry. He and Jesse make it in. We got a lot of excitement for you next time. Some tremendous big air competition and the best in the world. The finals from El Campo next time on the Max Super Retriever Series.